Hi, welcome to Fun Science with Rohini. Today I will tell you about effects of science. Effects are simple things, everyday things which are naturally occurring, common phenomenon which are termed under a heading of effect in science. Very common thing. The first one I would like to tell here is mere exposure effect. Very simple thing, mere exposure effect. This is a phenomenon which says that if you look at something repeatedly, if you're familiar with it, you tend to start liking it because you are familiar with it. The same happens with your grocery choices. The same happens with the people you are associated with. And the same happens with movie actors also. Because you are repeatedly seeing that, first you might have some suspicious reaction. You might think this product is being advertised so much on television, but I don't think I like it. And then the second time you see the ad, the third time you see the ad. When you go to the grocery store, unknowingly, you look at the product and give it a thought, and next time you'll pick up the bottle, you'll read what is there on it. And slowly, because you're so familiar with it, you have been familiarized with it. You tend to like it and pick it and make it one of your favorites. The same happens with a person. The more you see that person's face, the more familiar the person becomes to you. You start thinking that that person is very nice and very friendly and gentle. All the good qualities that you want to see in that person, you'll attribute to that person, and you'll feel more comfortable interacting with that person in future. And the same happens with movie actors. You may not like a movie actor in his first movie or the movie in which he's launched or in their debut movie, but the more you start looking at the actor, the more familiar you become with the actor or actress, the more you start liking. You will think that they have a beautiful acting technique or a wonderful dancing style or something like that. You become so familiar with them that naturally you will start picking them as your favorites. This is termed mere exposure effect in science. By mere exposure, you pick your things because they are familiar. The second effect I'm going to tell you in this video is cross-race effect, or it's also called as cross-race bias. In this cross-race effect, what happens is you as a person can identify people from your race more quickly than you can identify or distinguish or recognize a person from a different race. This is also called as cross-race bias or own race bias in science, but cross-race effect is what it is generally termed as. How they identified this was, when there was a lineup in a police station or somewhere and you have to pick a person from the lineup, people could pick their own race people much faster and with much more accuracy than they could pick a person from a different race. I don't know if I can tell this example, but all Americans think Asians have similar faces. And when I was a child and I was watching some Hollywood movies and all, I also could not distinguish many faces. But of course, mere exposure helped me understand the faces better, because upon exposure, I could identify their features also. Why this cross-race effect happens is, when you are exposed to your own race people, you will take the information as a whole. It's a holistic look you give to that person, or a holistic, this word sounds very health conscious, but it's a holistic. You take that face as a whole, and when you're looking at a cross-race person, you pick features. you pick little features. Nose of Roman is what I would like to pick. Eyes of East Asians is what another familiar distinguishing feature in the face that we pick. So there are features like that which you tend to pick in cross-race people. But in your own race people, you process the information as a whole. So therefore, it is easier for you to identify people from your own race and recognize and distinguish them and identify them than people from other races. How you can overcome this is, if you keep looking at them, or if you're familiar with that person from the cross race, you can easily start picking them also. Now this is called cross-race effect in science. Thank you.